are okay. These girls, these are not even women. These are high school girls. These are high school girls that are protesting, and a senior. Okay, so the caption says, "Oh, I know this one." Golnaz. Okay, it says unveiled schoolgirls in Karaj pushed out a senior education ministry official from their school. Right. So they were protesting. These girls were protesting against the regime and all. So the Ministry of Education sends this dude to come and basically educate them or put them in their place. And look what the girls, again, these are not women, these are high school girls. Look what they do. Look what they do in response. Yeah. Throwing things at him. They all have their hijab off. They all have, so he's here to discipline them, and they're meeting him without their hijabs. They're throwing bottles at him. They're kicking him out of the school. Look at this. They're saying, be sharaf, be sharaf, be sharaf. Be sharaf means without honor. They kicked him out of the school. They kicked the guy from the Ministry of Education out. These girls, and I don't understand, like they know what could happen to them. Like there's so many, I don't know, these people are too brave, so brave. Okay, here's another tweet. This one is from Masih Ali-Najad. So the caption for this one says, this, I think she means these scenes is embodiment of women life liberty. So women life liberty is the motto of these protests currently. The first feminist revolution is led, I think, by these fearless young women and girls. They know very well that they can be killed, yet they march in the street, shout death to dictator, dance and burn their headscarves. Look at these. These are guys. Again, these are high school girls. The past few days, we have seen an influx of high school girls joining the protests, right? So it goes in waves, right? Like sometimes it's like the truck drivers, sometimes it's the teachers, sometimes it's young people in the street, sometimes it's the parents, sometimes it's university students, and now we're going through a wave of high school, specifically high school girls joining the protests, right? And again, these are the people who are abused. Sometimes, we've seen the reports of what could happen to them, and they know the reports, and yet they are doing this. They're coming out in masses. Look at this. They're shouting death to dictator. Look, they have their hijabs off and everything. By the way, the reason why it's a little bit pixely is because they pixelate the video right across where the faces are, just so that they can't be identified and then later arrested. No, so how everybody has to wear the hijab. It's not just schoolgirls that they have to wear the. Yeah, everybody. It's like every woman has to wear the hijab. It's against the law not to wear it. Okay, let's continue. Okay, we already watched this one. So more girls and women. Wait, what is it? What is this happening? Look at this. They're attacking this car. I don't know what happened with this car with them. Maybe somebody from them was like trying to educate them or tell them to cover up or something. But look at these girls attacking the car. Be shut up. Wow. They're saying be sharaf means without honor. They're saying death to dictator. Magna dictator means death to dictator. Yeah, Ibn Qayyim say, I understand these have been the largest protests in Iran since 2009. Also the most diversified. And I think that is even more important, Ibn Qayyim. It's not just the fact that they're the biggest one since for a very long time. There's two more important things about them. One is the distance between the last protests has been shortening, right? So yes, they're growing. These protests are becoming bigger, but they're happening more often than before. It used to happen once every decade. Then it ended up being once every a few years. Now we're at the point that it's happening once every couple of months, right? And also the diversity is very important because we're getting young, old, Fars, Turk, Kurd, Arab, Lor, Baluchi, and everything in Bakhtiyari and everyone else. We're getting man, woman. We're getting, most importantly, we're getting secular and religious. And I think that is the most important diversity. We're getting secularists, atheists, anti-Islamic protesters, and we're getting Muslim and even very religious Muslim protesters joining the protests against the regime. And that's what's very unique about these protests. Yeah, no Harris today. Harris said to tell you guys that there's something happened that he can't make it today, but he will join us next week. Somebody on his chat also mentioned that Harris, please cover Iran protests more. Girls are doing great. Iran. So this was before that we went live. Somebody asked as well. So I also thought that we should, before I answer the patron questions, I'm going to go through the protests with you guys. Okay, somebody is saying the father dancing might not be true. If it's not true, I will clarify with you guys next week, okay? If it's not the case. But, yeah, let's see. Sometimes a lot of you guys say something that's not true, and I check it's true. But if it's not true, I will come back and double check with you guys. I will check with that next week, but we'll see. Here, these are for sure real because these parts I've seen in these parts I've seen in confirmed in Iran International, BBC, and all of that. Look at that. These are girls. These girls are saying tube tongue basically it's a protest saying that the mullahs need to get the F out, get the hell out. So this is just another picture of more girls just going about their lives without hijab as if like it's not the law. Like again, like I don't know how to explain this to you guys. When I was in Tehran, more than a decade ago, if I saw something like this in the street, it would be shocking. Like this would be, what the hell? Like how could I be seeing this? Like, am I like in Europe or something? Like this is bizarre, and this is really brave. Like she's just randomly just riding her motorcycle without a hijab. So they're just showing a lot of bravery. This is another video at another school. So let's read the caption for this one. It says, woman, life, liberty. So that's what they're saying. They're saying Zen. They're saying the Kurdish version of it. right? So it says, the translation is woman, life, liberty. It says schoolgirls chant in Kurdish, the city of Sanandaj, October 3rd, while waving their hijab in the air. The slogan and removing hijab are two symbols of Iran protests in Iran in 2022, triggered by the death of Mahsa Amini in custody of morality police. So, guys, it's important to also recognize that these protests, the main chant, which is woman, life, liberty, the origin of this chant is not Persian. Okay, the Persian version is Zan Zendagi Azadi. The Kurdish version is Jin, I think Jian Azadi. The Azadi is the same. The fact that the main slogan of this protest is Kurdish in origin is very significant, because it shows, because it's been country, like, so you have to, the Kurdish part of Iran is one of the main areas where the regime tries to fearmonger as a potential part of Iran that will secede for the rest of Iran if there is a revolution in Iran. So it tries to portray as if Iranians are divided across ethnic lines, and Iranians are very proud people about their borders, especially, right? They don't want Iran to be divided. So a lot of people have been convinced not to fight the regime because of their fear that the Kurdish part might secede if this regime ever falls, right? So the fact that this Kurdish originated chant is something that the entire country has picked up, is a sign to the other people that the country is united, that the people who are fear-mongering you about the potentially division that would happen if this regime ever falls, they're saying that this is a lie. Kurdistan is with the rest of Iran, and Iran is with Kurdistan. To have your questions answered on the next live stream, become my patron today. You can do so with as little as $1 a month. Link in the description below.